Men. How would you react if a girl asked you out in public? About 28 years ago, some girl that I worked with asked me out. Apparently, she was crushing on me hard and I wasn't picking up on any of the hints. She was incredibly shy, and the other women at work encouraged her to leave a note on my car asking me out. It was a heartfelt and endearing letter. I read it twice and looked around for the cameras. I felt that she took a shot and that there was nothing to lose by giving her a chance. I accepted her offer. We married in Las Vegas 4 years later and have been together ever since. She's sitting right here and says hi. Great story. I'd look around for the one holding the camera. If it was completely random, no interaction beforehand, I wouldn't trust it. If I knew her, then I would really care. The first girl I dated, I made her ask me out. She told me that she liked me and wanted me to ask her. I said, if you like me, you can just ask. She said, what if you say no? I told her she just needs to risk it. This is the thing. Dudes are expected to take the risk and it's scary taking risks. Rejection isn't that bad, so just go for it. Ladies, worst that happens is he says no and you just go have another drink. Be confused for a few seconds. Look around for cameras and giggling people. Suspect being in a coma. Assume she just wants to hang out or wants to hurt me. Try and focus and look for signs of the Matrix. Stop thinking here, because my lack of self-love makes me want to say bad things about myself. Say I'm flattered but no he. Walk away. Remember the event 5 years later and hate myself for it. Profit. Does it work during a graveyard shift count as public? Cause if so, then I have first-hand experience. First I had to take a few seconds to process what just happened. Fumbled a little, but excitedly say yes. Then, as the days come, start letting my anxiety, depression, and situation at the time tell me I'm not good enough. Why would she be interested in someone like me? I have nothing to offer. Then start convincing myself that it's probably just as friends, movies, and I'm misinterpreting. Then start being pessimistic and thinking I shouldn't bother going. As weird as it sounds, I had a dream that I was at a movie theater and I was with my mother. She was recently deceased, so it was a bit emotional. We had a conversation about if I had planned specifically on the day I was supposed to go on the date. I told her about this woman and what we were going to do. She then told me I have to go and make sure not to be late. That dream pushed me enough to go. That woman is now my wife, and we have a son together. It was literally one decision on my part that cold easily kept my life going down the shitter at the time, and I might have never ended up finding these things I've always wanted. Finding and marrying a loving wife and to start a family. I mean, confidence is sexy, cute or not. You've got my attention. I'd be intrigued enough to go out with a woman that walked up to me and asked. Worst case, I'm out one evening. But let's be real. I've wasted an evening for far less than a date that didn't become a second date. Yeah, I kinda feel sorry for all these redditors instinctively saying look for the camera, but this used to happen to me a lot. When I worked at a restaurant, never went terribly. Sometimes was super awkward, but I enjoy those memories. Despite the song, being 23 wasn't so bad. It's happened 3 times, and I said yes to each. I think because I'm a man I have less fear of spending time with someone I don't know very well, or at all. If we are talking buying me a drink at a bar and or talking at their table, I also always say yes. I'm out to meet people and I will talk to you and find out what I like and don't through conversations. Attraction only sparks the interest to approach a girl. It doesn't fuel the fire. Dating would be much more pleasant if girls initiated it as much as guys. But I understand the many male assholes that are the reason why they don't. I'm a woman. I've bought a whole band drinks when their set was done. I don't understand not going all in when life allows you to. Once my depression shuts up and I'm back out in the world, I fully intend to keep being as open to all possibilities in life. Why not? It's way more fun. Look for the confidence scam. Look for the associated pickpocket / voluntary organ donor thugs. Look for the friend with the phone pointed at me for YouTube latest punked or W/E. I only ever got approached as follows: 1. Too subtle for my autistica to realize. Do you have a business card? From waiting in line at a ferry and no business was discussed. 2. Slapped on her from stealth and no idea who. 3. Months long campaign of subtle hints. Wouldn't believe it was genuine. Middle school bitches traumatized me. Got fake asked out like 3 times. Luckily I already didn't like the girls, so I said no. Why are you asking? You need an inspiration for a sci-fi story? Ha ha ha. I admire people that have the guts to do it. As a female I would be 50/50 flattered and freaked out, in the bad way. Not that it has ever happened, but I wish I was one of those seize the moment kinda person. I'd figure it was a scam, and I was about to get either laughed at or mugged. Immediately think it was a scam and check all my pockets for my belongings. Immediately pull out a reverse card and mug them instead. I would probably think I became a victim to what may be considered a practical joke. Punked. Doubt, look around, question again, look around again, be flattered, most likely accept, subtly look around again to make sure. If she walks away, keep an eye on her to make sure it still isn't a prank. If I know her, she'd get a daft look and I'd assume she's drunk or lost a bet. If I don't know her, it's a setup. Immediately jaywalk to the next city. Is the jaywalk just to prove you are a dangerous man? Kinda fucked up to make all us lonely dudes run the thought experiment of what happiness would be like if it ever happened to us. Hey guys, how would you react if you won the lottery? It'd depend on a variety of factors. 1. My relationship status. 2. How she looks. 3. How my day's been going. 4. How she asks me out. Number 4. Be sure to bite the bottom lip and lick the top. I can't express enough the importance of not mixing those up. Do not lick your bottom lip and bite the upper. Very different outlook. That would be nice. I'd think it was a joke, prank or something along those lines and politely tell her no thanks. Go buy a lottery ticket, because I have more chance of winning the lottery than this scenario ever happening. I would poop myself. Again. Joe. Really? Likely some sort of scam. Does not compute. Does not compute. Self-destruct initiated ! 321. If they were cute I would say sure. What did you have in mind? If they were not cute I would say I don't think my boyfriend would approve. I'm straight BTW. It's just a kindness we can give each other. I should say the second line. I'm used to guys asking if I'm gay. If I say I'm single, I might as well be gay and have a girlfriend if I'm not into whoever's asking me out. Say thanks, I'm flattered, but I'm happily married. Who are you? And why are you in the men's room? Happened to me 8 years ago. November will be our first married anniversary. It's happened to me a few times. It's really cool. 2 of those wound up in relatively long relationships. I really don't understand why more women don't do it. I'm a pretty attractive guy, but I still really hate hitting on / asking women out in public because I really hate feeling creepy. There's always a weird social / power dynamic when a guy hits on a woman. When it's the other way around, it really just comes off as a kind and confident gesture. I've never been offended or creeped out when a girl has asked me out. Once was on a college campus. We'd just had a class together. I went to have a cigarette between classes, and she approached me and said hi. I'd never noticed her before. She just said she often liked what I had to say in the class, and that she'd like to pick my brain / get to know me better. I was flattered, and we went to get coffee. We exchanged numbers and wound up dating for about a year. One was at a dancey / techno rooftop bar. She asked me to dance. We vibed, and she asked for my number afterwards. Wound up dating for a couple years. It's great. It totally flips the power dynamic on its head. She clearly wants to interact with you. Things move more quickly with her obvious consent and interest. I can't imagine a guy reacting negatively to it. Some women seem to have this weird idea that men need to feel like we've chased them or conquered their interest. The absolute majority of men would much rather have the female initiate the interaction, so there's no weird worry that you're intruding on her space. I'd probably ask for her number and do a really casual first date, but sure. Confused but flattered. Look around for the hidden camera.